Coach, can you start with Memphis and just the challenges they possess the first meeting that you guys are going to be facing them this year?
Well, you start with KD, Kendrick. He's, since he transferred from TCU, he's been a dynamic force in this league. He's Player of the Year last year at SMU, and he's having the Player of the Year again this year. I think he's a perfect complement to DeAndre Williams. DeAndre Williams is one of the highest basketball IQs I think in the country. It's just a difficult matchup because if you double him, he's almost 6'10". He's got long arms, so he can see over you. Then if you play him one-on-one, he can score. Penny and his staff done a great job of surrounding him with really good personnel. Lomax and Danchers have been out. I'd be surprised if they don't play in this game. I think we'll see them both. Then those new kids, Kennedy, McCadden. We call him AKO, the big kid that transferred from Arlington. Really, really long, really athletic, and veteran. I mean, they're old. I think Williams in his 6th year, KD's in his 5th year. Yeah, 5th year. So they're old, they're veteran. And they're very talented.
With Davis, I don't know how much you saw from last night's game and him going out. Do you have the expectation that how you prepare for him that he plays? Or?
Yeah. No, that's not even a second thought. He'll play.
Just they're looking at their lineup. In the past, they sort of, if I'm not mistaken, they've had like some freshmen, that they brought in. Is this veteran of a Memphis team that you guys have?
Yeah, but they're veteran. I mean, think about it. They had the 10th pick in the draft last year, Duran. I mean, he's the number 10 pick. That's a pretty good freshman. Quiones, look at Nolly from Cincinnati. I mean, think about how talented they were last year. There's a reason I think they beat Boise State and lost at end of the game to Gonzaga. That was a team, and I said this at the time, that Memphis, if not the best team, as good as any team we played last year. Just watching them on tape, Penny's got them right there again. So very talented team, very athletic team. And they've got Kendrick Davis and DeAndre Williams. When you start off with those two, that's a pretty good start.
If you turn to your right, that guy behind you is named as a rising star. Now, I know you have your own program to worry about right now, but just to see.
No, he's family, so it's not worrying about it.
Sure. So just to see Quentin get that honor, how proud of you and what he's going to accomplish?
Well, just like Nate Hinton, USA team is here practicing today, and Nate came by to see me, and really, really proud of Nate being selected by Jim Boylan, being on the USA team. Quentin. Quentin was always destined for something special. His personality, his work ethic. He was like a sponge from day one, just always learning and absorbing. Very humble, very polite. Until he came from great parents. Marshall and Tanya, they're just come from good stock, man. I mean, Quentin is. Sometimes I hear from him randomly about something that applies to what he's doing now that he learned here, and I always turn it back on him. I said, "That's all you, my man."
But to hear that, how much do you appreciate that? Listen.
Yeah, well, it's not just Quentin, all of them.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just all of them. I mean, I got to text, former players at Washington State and Montana watched the SMU game last night. I know all our games are televised. I just never know what it is. I don't know if it's ESPN Plus or 2 or ESPN half the time. So I don't really think about being on TV. But it's good that the former players stay in touch with their old coach, and I'm sure I appreciate them more so than they appreciate me.
Kelvin, since we won't see you until Sunday, tomorrow the committee is going to unveil its top 16 seeds, and this is not a guessing. This is how they see it right now. I was wondering if things go as we think they will. Any thoughts on
When is it? Tomorrow?
tomorrow at 12:30?
I didn't know that.
They'll announce the top 16 seeds. You guys have been in this before,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe not to the extent that many expect tomorrow. Any thoughts just on where you are right now in the
No.
season with 2 weeks left?
Not at all. I mean, no more than I did last year. The goal for every team in September and October is you want to make the tournament. There's no guarantees. One of my best friends is Tommy Amaker, and Tommy's a great coach. He was at University of Michigan for 6 years, never made the tournament once. Think about that. It's hard. It's hard to make the tournament. And I know you do it so often that people take it for granted. I'm sure you guys probably do too. Like, what's wrong? Why didn't you make the tournament? Whereas before, are you guys going to have a team this year? But that's the growth of programs. You want to be in that position. But I've never lost sight of how hard it is to make the tournament. I've had a team that's been a 1 seed. I've had 2 seeds, 3 seeds. Same to me. You lose to anybody you play. Virginia was a 1 seed, and Maryland, Baltimore County was a 16 seed. So what difference is? That's why I keep saying the seed thing. It's just it's either clickbait or stuff to talk about. At the end of the day, for us in the arena, doing the bleeding and the sweating and the fighting, we don't care. I mean, it's all about your matchup and your bracket more so than your seed. I'd rather be a 5 seed, maybe this bracket, than a 2 seed in that bracket. So that's why I just don't get carried away with seeds.